Call to the honourable member for Gilmore.
My question is to the Deputy Prime Minister. How will the Albanese Labor government's tax cuts benefit our Australian defence personnel, those at the Department of Defence and Australian defence industry, and what would be the impact of alternative approaches?
Call to the Minister for Order. The Leader of the Opposition. Just the Leader of the Opposition will cease interjecting, or he'll be warned, because time is not to interject before our Minister or Deputy Prime Minister answers the question. I give the call to the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Defence.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and can I thank the member for her question, acknowledge her service and her ongoing commitment to the men and women of the Royal Australian Navy and those working in defence industry based at HMAS Albatross in her electorate. As we all know, every member of the Defence Force, every public servant in the Department of Defence, every person working in defence industry will receive a tax cut under Labor's tax plans, meaning that they take home more of what they earn, and that includes those who are right at the start of their defence journey, such as an Army private in the first few months of their basic training at Kapuka in Wagga, who will receive a tax cut of $1,089, or indeed an able seaman in the member's own electorate working on helicopters at HMAS Albatross, who will receive a tax cut of more than $2,000, or an Army private driving trucks at Puckapunyal near Seymour, who will receive a tax cut of $1,722, or indeed an Air Force fitter and turner at RAF Base Williamtown near Newcastle, who will be receiving a tax cut of $1,463, which is more than twice the tax cut that person would have received under the policy of those opposite.
Order. The member for Groom.
It has taken courage on the part of this Prime Minister, on the part of the Treasurer and this government in bringing forward this tax package. And as has been made abundantly clear by the tactics of those opposite in this question time, it is now clear that they agree that this Prime Minister has made the right call, because if they didn't, they would be opposing the legislation in this parliament and doing as the Deputy Leader of the Opposition said they would do and roll this tax package back. But the truth is that those opposite don't have a tax policy. They are all at sea when it comes to tax policy. All they have is a tax grab. And we heard that again yesterday from the Shadow Treasurer, who claims that the Liberals will always be the party of lower taxes, only they are not. Because in modern times, the government in Australia, which has been the highest taxing government, is a Liberal government. And in actual fact, the Liberals now are a government of deficit budgets, of big debt and of make-believe money. The government, which is fighting on behalf of Australians in respect of dealing with cost of living pressures, the government which is prudently managing the economy, the government which is keeping Australians safe, is the Albanese Labor government.
The call to the honourable member for